everyone, it's Loretta. Thank you for joining me. This is a craft fair slash gift giving idea for you guys. So it's going to be under both of those playlists and maybe a couple of others, knowing me. Alright, I am going to do a personalized banner. And I'm going to use this fabric. These are fat quarters. Most of these came from Walmart, and I'll show you the patterns in just a second. But I'm going to use a string of 100 lights like you would buy for Christmas. And but first we're going to cut the fabric. So I have them kind of in the order I'm going to want to use them. So I have a dot, and a pattern, a stripe, another dot, a pattern, a stripe, and a dot. To continue this project, I have some Christmas lights. This is a 100 light strand. I did plug it in to be sure they all work, which is something I recommend even if they're new in the box. Be sure they work before you start this project. Alright everyone, it took me maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour-ish to cut all these strips. So I'm just going to continue filling this in. So if there's any spots that really need a little bit extra, we can do that. You could potentially do this with all the exact same fabric if you wanted to. I really like the feel of this. It's just very whimsical, very country. I was definitely a girl raised in the South, born in the South. This is just really a great way to do a little quality control more than anything else. All in all, it has taken a little over 2.5 hours to tie this, and that is with some interruptions. And there's something very soothing about this too, by the way. Can't really explain that. But you don't really have to think about anything to tie a knot. This would be a really great busy project for a child that's old enough to tie knots and they're like, I'm bored. Yeah, well, give them something to do. So I just cut these down. If you haven't watched that part earlier in the video, or if it didn't come through for whatever reason, I just cut these fat quarters into strips that measure about 1 inch by 7, and then I'm tying them onto a white wired 100 count Christmas light set. It's been doubled in half so that it will suit my personal needs. Of course, you can have it as long or as short as you want it. You can use less lights, more lights. You could use icicle lights. I like to buy mine right after Christmas when they're on sale because they're much cheaper that way. We plug this in and see how it looks. Now that is gorgeous. I did make this one for myself. I plan to use it on my craft fair booth. I'm just going to put my name, Loretta, on it, and then I can use it on my desk or something here in my craft room if I want. Once again, you could use fabrics for the season. I chose these pastel colors because I love them, and I already have the fat quarters in my collection. Now, I am going back through it a little bit at a time, like this spot right here, and adding a few more strips to it. To attach the letters to my pennant, I'm going to be using some art glitter glue. I bought mine from Amazon. It's available pretty much from many of your online retailers. I do not recommend tape for the most part because this is fabric and I want to be assured that it's going to stick. Okay, now I'm going to put the twine onto these letters so we can tie it onto our banner. I've cut a fairly long strip. This is twine from Doodlebug. It's called Bubblegum. It goes perfectly with what I'm wanting to do. So up through one hole, down through the other. Give yourself plenty of room. Now on the two ends I'm going to tie a knot. So it looks like this. I ran out of battery and ended up just tying the rest off camera to allow my battery to charge somewhat anyway. And here is my tie garland. The two ends are together. There's the plug-in. And then this is just a light because I did fold this in half before I tied it. So it's still folded in half, and this is the center point right in here. And what I'm going to do, I hope, is take my banner, my letter anyway, and approximate it for center. My name is actually an odd number. It's 7 letters. So however you want to do this is up to you. And all this twine is going to disappear anyway. I'm going to find this little piece right there. Let's go zoom a little bit more. I'm going to do the same thing for this other side. Now that I have all the letters tied onto the garland, I'm going to go through it and make sure that you can see the letters. So all I'm going to do is twist and turn and fiddle with my pieces of fabric. Once again, if I were to be making these and selling them, I would sell them between $40 and $45 a piece, and then the name part of it would be on top of that.